I had 2 weeks in Switzerland to experience the food, the people, the local life, and the luxe life. We started in Geneva, and it was a delicious introduction to an incredible country. The lake is the focal point of this historic city, and there's so many ways to enjoy it. The steamship lunch cruise is certainly a must. A delicious way to take in the views. Known for high quality and craftsmanship, swing by the rows of luxury boutiques in town. And the Old Town has so much culture. St. Peter's Cathedral, for example, is a sacred site since the 4th century and once was the center of Protestantism. The tower also offers some of the highest city views. There are many interesting neighborhoods.
Oh wow!
The right.
Thank you.
Oh yes, and great food. Dine in any of the Michelin restaurants for lunch or dinner, and the several that I tried lived up to their stars. Not to mention the global importance of this city as the seat of the European United Nations. By night, the city takes on an atmosphere of another era. Classically beautiful, with some of the best restaurants to match. But our adventure was only just beginning. The Lake Geneva region has breathtaking countryside, villages, and cities.
From my vantage point right now, I'm looking down at the old part of Lausanne. And what's really cool about this city is they also have a very modern side. So they have the historical old part of the city as well as this new, exciting, trendy area as well. They really have the best of both worlds.
Our first stop, Lausanne, did not disappoint. The Hotel Royal Savoy surely made me feel like royalty, with a state-of-the-art spa, a sophisticated bar, and an exquisite restaurant serving new interpretations of the classics. Up in the mountains, I felt whisked away to another world. It didn't hurt that I was riding on a glamorous Belle Epoque train. These alpine landscapes, the rolling green hills, the cute chalets, this was too good to be true. And so was the cheese, with the region being a major cheese producer. Watch how it's traditionally made using milk from the local cows and take some home with you. The charming village of Vevey is the home of Charlie Chaplin, and now the interactive Chaplin's World. Vevey also has phenomenal hotels, one of the best being Hotel du Lac, set right on the shores of the lake. With the lake and the mountains, this area is easy on the eyes, particularly from the terrace of a Lavaux winery, a UNESCO-protected wine-producing region along the hillside. These family-run small-batch wineries are an example of how this area is dedicated to craft and to quality. But it was onwards and upwards, quite literally, to our next stop. We headed to the mountains of the Valais. In Crans-Montana, we dined with local friends at a sun-drenched lunch on a hillside, all the food being prepared on the spot by a Michelin-starred chef, Frank Reynaud. It felt like heaven. But the Valais has no shortage of adrenaline. These mountains give way to adventure courses, zip lines, and monster scooters. I'm all in for any excuse to just be outside in this Swiss nature. I couldn't stop gazing at those magnificent mountain peaks. This region is also the birthplace of raclette, a melted cheese served with potatoes that is oh so good.
Wow.
Crans-Montana is at 4,000 feet, and yet there's an even higher town, Zermatt. Après-ski chic is what comes to mind in this charming mountain town. There are so many bucket list experiences in the Valais, and just so many massive peaks to summit. The Matterhorn Glacier Paradise is something you can't miss. Gornergrat is another peak that I loved. There's a lot to do, and even more to see. And yes, warming up at a cozy bar for après-ski is something that Zermatt just does very well. And for the last stop, we made our way north, to Basel. Like the rest of Switzerland, the hotels were on point. Some were trendy and new, and others historic and opulent. This one is one of the oldest in Europe. A fantastic old town that's just lovely to walk around, and boutiques that you'll just have to stop in. This city is also dedicated to art and culture, with some of the most famous museums and most impressive collections in the entire world. The old and the new is celebrated here. With food influenced by its German and French neighbors, there's a delicious variety, with one common denominator: it's all very good. And the picturesque Rhine River is the lifeblood of Basel. In summer and winter, the city comes alive on its banks and on its waters. And there's an artsy, creative side of town, with a younger vibe and fun shops. Don't forget to try the local brews. And make sure to have a cheers with some new Basel friends. 2 weeks in Switzerland is not enough time to do everything, but it is enough time to experience so many towns, meals, peaks, moments, and new friends that have made a lifelong impression on me.